Guess who's back?
Fucking
Back
Bear
again.
Daddy is back.
The Bear Daddy has returned.
The Bear Daddy himself. What's it
I am
like?
the Bear Daddy.
What's it feel like?
It is insane. Impossible to explain.
Really, eh?
It's really weird. It's like all of the feelings.
Yeah, I bet.
All of the scariness, all of the love, all of the happiness, excitement, everything just maxed out, ramped up to 1,000.
Is he good? Like, are you getting
Yeah.
sleep?
Yeah, he's settled in.
Yeah, that's good.
So he's up every, he's a newborn. So
Yeah.
he's up every 3.5 hours. And then when he's up, you change him, feed him, burp him. By the time he gets back down, it's an hour. So,
Oh, I was talking about the baby, not you.
oh, okay. Yeah. No, he's fine. He's even better than that. For those listening or anyone new joining, I was off last week, and thank you very much to Eric for filling in. He did a wonderful job.
Thank you again, Eric.
The reason I picked Eric is because I knew he might be the only person that might talk more than me. So,
you know what? And
CJ was still not able to get a word in.
Yeah, I joked about it. I'm like, maybe this week I can actually talk. And nope, it was the same as always.
Shut your mouth. Yeah, Eric did a great job. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, it was kind of a last minute fill in, just because once you get around the due date of baby, you don't know if it's coming tomorrow, yesterday, whatever. So
yeah, it was. We should have recorded Sunday, but my lazy ass didn't want to drive out there.
I know.
And I was like,
and we were lazy again. We're doing this online. Yeah. And you know what's funny is I had a feeling, I'm like, fuck, we should probably do it today because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
I just had a feeling, and then sure enough, Sunday night.
Yeah.
Pretty good. So yeah, my wife and I, we had a beautiful baby boy. They are both doing great. And we're a little tired, but we're over the moon. We're very happy.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking exciting shit, man.
If people are wondering why we're doing this online this week, it's because CJ is still scared of getting COVID from me. He showed up to my house in a hazmat suit the other day, and it was a bit embarrassing.
Oh my God.
And made me and my wife feel like we were lepers in the neighborhood. And I thought it was a bit over the top, but hey, weird. I would have thought someone who I've known for 14 years would treat me a little better than that, but it's okay.
I so wish we were in person right now. Oh shit! I knew as soon as we're just being safe for you. Like we weren't worried about you guys. We were worried about us. Yeah. So that's why that's why we did it.
No, it's all good. And also the reason we're doing this online in all seriousness is just because we're lazy and I have a baby, and this is just the easiest thing to do at the moment. And it still sounds good and looks good. So
yeah, this is like week 1 of the baby. So at least for me, it's like if I go there, it's like 20 minutes to set up, an hour and a half podcast, and then 20 minutes we're tearing down. So it's like 2 hours minimum. It's like I'm like instead of we could make it like an hour and a half, and then you can just go back to doing whatever you need to get done.
Yeah, he just eaten. He's being burped. He'll probably be down for a couple hours anyway, so we're good.
Nice.
But the problem is, you showing up, we don't know if he's gonna be fussy or whatever. So this worked out really well. Cheers, by the way.
Oh, I gotta pour me a glass, and I am drinking out of our 2 C's in a pod cup. Totally didn't bring you those the other day as well.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on those ones too.
Yeah, that's my bad. What are you drinking? Bushmills?
I'm drinking Bushmills.
I'm gonna start drinking the way we're gonna start doing our reviews by doing the what do we call it? The virgin?
The raw dog.
First sip, yeah, the raw dog. First sip, no ice.
How'd it go down?
Yo, this shit's actually really good. I don't know if I'm gonna put ice in it. I'm drinking the 40 Creek Copper Pot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really good. I don't even think I'm gonna drink it with ice. That's my first drink of alcohol since the last podcast we drank on.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
While I was waiting, I'm like,
sorry
Chris
for
isn't
breaking your
really
duck.
drinking, and I'm like, I'll just wait till we do it again on the podcast.
Cool.
Yeah, fuck
How'd it
yeah.
go? Easy? That's a couple weeks.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, actually, that was super smooth. I'm glad I grabbed that bottle and not something else.
Mhm. I was so last week's episode with you and Eric. I watched. It might be the first podcast I've listened to or watched since we started this. I listened to the first one, and then after that, I kind of just,
Dwindled
especially
off.
when you have the YouTube clips, I might watch the odd one here or there. But
Yeah, I didn't do any
I don't.
clips last week. I just,
But
yeah.
no,
go on.
there's no point. It's an off week. So
Yeah.
at least we got the podcast out there, and thank you both. But I wanted I had some rebuttals for the slander that was thrown my way from you two.
I don't remember what happened.
No, it wasn't. It was super entertaining. I was laughing my ass off. It was at the start. You're like, maybe I can get a word in this week, and I apologize. I do talk too much, but it's because I love you.
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. I'm in our friend group. I'm used to getting interrupted. It's fine. Fine. I don't cry at night. It's fine.
You said something like, I wanted to tell him he would be tired. Dude, I knew I was going to be tired. I never said I wasn't going to be tired. I was expecting tired. But to be fair, I didn't know it would be this tiring. Like, it's a whole different level.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be like exhausting. Like, I was thinking top 3 exhaustion level. It's pushing the most.
Really? Eh?
It's just different. You're just sleeping in shifts. So,
yeah,
like you'll sleep like you'll get your like 8 hours, but it'll be stretched out over 24-hour period. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's shock. But all that said, like as tired as we are, it's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
So it's great. Yeah, fuck coffee. No question. You guys were talking about how I don't like coffee. Nope.
Oh, I thought maybe you tried.
No, my taste is back. But my smell is still limited.
Okay.
So you can probably drink coffee around me in the meantime while my smell is.
I'm not. I won't.
Yeah, but you guys were questioning whether I drank anything hot, and I don't. Eric's like, I think he drinks hot chocolate. Eric, I don't. I do not.
See, I thought I wouldn't do that to myself. I thought you didn't drink anything.
No, you were right. Yeah, you were totally right. What else do we have here? I think that was it. Yeah, that was it.
Oh, okay.
You guys didn't talk about me much, which was nice.
No.
And yeah, I don't drink anything hot, and I talk too much.
Yeah.
But you guys already knew that.
Yeah.
So
no news to these guys.
No. How you guys been hanging in this last week? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking getting bored. Trying to get new hobbies, as you already know. we'll dive into that after.
Yeah, when I was off with COVID, I was saying to Antonio, I'm like, I'm so fucking bored. Oh, also with regards to COVID, I think I might have misspoke. The podcast that we recorded and I had COVID.
Yeah.
My wife was waiting to get tested for a second time because she had tested negative the first time. So I think I might have said she was positive.
I don't think you ever said she was positive.
I might have misspoke. I think I did because someone asked me if she had.
Oh, okay.
If she was positive. But what they do, they tell you is that if everyone in the household tests positive, assume it's a false negative. So that was where we were operating off of. But at the time she was pregnant, luckily she tested negative a couple times and she never got it, thankfully. So,
yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, just a little clarification on that as well.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, I don't think you ever said she was positive.
Yeah, someone had asked me. They're like, "You said that she was positive on the podcast." I'm like, "If I did, I completely misspoke."
Anyways,
so
whatever.
Yeah, just a little
happens when you talk that much.
Yeah, you don't even know what's going on.
Yeah,
you just keep
just comes
moving.
Out.
The lips keep happening. The brain can't keep up. It's wild. See how fast I'm talking right now? Isn't that weird? Very happy to be back, though.
Yeah, I bet.
What I was trying to say is during the COVID off break, the boredom level was like extreme,
through the roof.
There's nothing to do. Now with the baby, I haven't been bored one day. There's no, you're just too busy to be bored. There's no such thing as boredom anymore. It's kind of nice.
I was gonna say you went from one extreme to another.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally. 100%. So yeah. I wanted to. Maybe we should talk about your crypto stuff first because I feel
like that's going to take a while because I feel like you're gonna get a lot of questions. Like you're gonna have a lot of questions.
But that's okay. We got lots of time, unless you have something to do.
No, I thought you were gonna start with your shit. That's all.
I think my shit might take a while too.
Start with your
I'll
shit.
start with my stuff.
I don't know if I'm
Okay.
gonna have like a whole lot of shit to talk about on it.
How much do you know about this internet bill C10?
None.
Okay. So there was a bill that was released to Parliament in Canada last November 2020.
Okay.
And it was updating the broadcast standards, something convoluted, updating the broadcast standards to incorporate the internet. And in that time, it was a pretty heavy-handed like censorship bill. They wanted to start regulating like YouTube and Netflix and all these bigger conglomerates who act like broadcasters within Canada but don't have to
Right.
meet the same level of broadcasting standards,
Right.
which are completely antiquated in this country by the CRTC because they you have to put a certain amount of Canadian content on everything you do, certain amount of Canadian music, and on the internet people aren't tuning into that shit. You know, they want to find what they want to watch and that's it. They don't want to be pushed for a bunch of other Canadian content and also on Netflix if you type in Canadian you will be hammered with all the Canadian content you want. They shouldn't have to be obligated to push it.
Yeah.
But the point of this is there was a clause in that bill which, because it is allowing the CRTC to openly regulate the internet, there was a bill in there that was notwithstanding personal content. So if you post something on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, any social media, anything you post online, if you have a website where you do a blog and a couple of videos, all that stuff would be exempt from this bill. Last week or 2 weeks ago, the government removed that exemption out of the bill. So now the government wants to openly regulate the internet as well as personal posts, including podcasts and all that stuff. So, not sure what that's about,
Gee,
but it's
like,
weird.
Yeah. I don't know how
What's
I
your
feel
first
about
thoughts
that.
on that right off the hop?
I really don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't know. That's fucking weird.
There's a lot of good reading to come out on this. Globe and Mail, National Post have covered this quite extensively.
Okay.
It is the former head of the CRTC, the Canadian, the broadcasting group that will be overseeing these changes, or the power that the government wants to push all of these regulatory standards onto and
Right.
allow them to absorb. The former head of that called it a full-blown assault on free speech because the government is going to be actively regulating what you post, what you do. Now it's going to fall under these broadcast things, and if there's a complaint, it will have to be taken down within 24 hours, or it's against the law, and you're subject to fines and imprisonment and all that crazy stuff. It's as like creepy and draconian as it sounds.
Yeah.
And I thought it was apt because we have a podcast and a YouTube channal.
Yeah. I don't
Although
know.
we're the small fish, they're not going to fry us, but
Well, they might.
they might. So who knows?
It's a crazy game because the internet is taking over like everything, and it's growing at such a rapid pace, especially like the last couple of years, that I don't think they really know how to handle shit. So again, I feel like what they're doing now is going to be a lot like what they did with drone laws. Like drone laws, when drones came out, at least here in Canada, there was no laws and you could pretty much do whatever you wanted. And then once incidences started to happen, they put, let's say, like minimal restrictions on, like kind of no-brainers, like can't fly within 7 kilometers of an airport and shit like this. Like just shit that should have been no-brainers to begin with, but people were doing it anyways. And then that wasn't really working. And then so they went to the extreme. Like, at least where we are, you couldn't fly anywhere within Toronto. It was a no-fly zone.
Mm-hmm.
Then things started to roll out like 6 to 12 months later, where there was like courses you could get and you could get a certificate, and then you if you were going to fly, you had to notify these people of what you were doing. Now it's a little better where there's like an actual like online course you can take. There's two different I guess licenses you can get. There's one where you take like a small little written test. You can do it online. It costs like $5, $10, whatever it is. And it gives you like the basic drone license that you can get. And then there's one that requires you to do like an in-flight review. So you have to go fly with like a driver's test. You have to go somewhere, somebody sits with you, they go through the whole shebang and you do it. And then if you pass, you get like
Sure.
the higher, like I guess, commercial license which allows you to fly almost anywhere. But it is like they do recommend taking a weekend course and all this other shit. So I feel like that's kind of what they're doing, but just like internet content. At least that's how I'm taking it. They're just gonna start doing regulations, and I feel like it's gonna get out of hand real quick.
Well, it's what they're trying to do is they're literally trying to drag us back in time. They're trying to drag us back to like the 1990s when they had a better handle on what the internet was. But the internet is what it is because it's the internet. Like
Yeah.
people like I was saying before, if I want to watch a YouTube channel of someone who's in the United States, they shouldn't be obligated to have to show me any options in French or promote Canadian artists or anything like that.
No.
But when they post a YouTube video in Canada now, and this is not in this, I'm going to just read you a quote from
Sure.
the heritage minister who put out the bill, and he's been defending it the last week. And watching him defend it is hilarious because it's like he doesn't even know what it's in
Yeah.
and what it's going to do. But he's literally said that some larger accounts may get in trouble for this. So if there's somebody that you like on YouTube that does like there's a guy like John Boy Media, he does a lot of like baseball stuff and he's super entertaining and he has a large following. He will fall under the Canadian Rights and Broadcasting Standards Council and he will be flagged for not doing certain things in Canadian, and then his channel will just end up getting censored and disappearing in Canada. So that's what this bill is going to do. It's going to lead to a point. Like, here's the cynic's perspective. A government's trying to control the flow of information and who can tell you what the news is. It's
Right.
basically what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
They're saying that's not what they're trying to do, but it's written into the bill, and they purposely pulled out a clause exempting users like you and I from tweeting whatever we want, posting whatever we want on Facebook, starting our YouTube channel. They're saying we're not going to get caught up in all this, but the thing is that they've literally allowed the entire thing to get caught up in it. They haven't made any exemptions. So I thought it was super apt to talk about just because we
We're
have
in
a
it.
very small YouTube channel and we are in it. And I'm not by any means suggesting that I am at risk of being censored by the government, but this bill literally allows that to happen. And it's shit like that creeps me out. You know me.
Yeah.
So let me just find it here. So the heritage minister said that the CRTC, the Television and Telecommunications Commission, could impose regulations on account that have a large enough following or are making enough money off of it. And that's from the minister's mouths right there. That basically they want to censor the internet. And that's not an exaggeration. Like you can read a million things on that. And the thing is, this is not a political like left or right thing, because I've seen a lot of people on both sides say that this is the dumbest bill that has ever existed.
Yeah.
Like, why are we doing this? This seems draconian. It seems stupid. It seems like what China does because they have the Great China Firewall.
I was going to say, it
because
sounds a lot
they
like
control what.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like what China has done and is currently doing.
Exactly. And that it's going to sound like an exaggeration to people, and that's fine. But here's the reality. If you write these laws into effect where these things can happen, they probably will.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get caught up in it and whatever. So you can act like, oh, China, this isn't anything like China. Well, why are they putting those laws through? I've read the bill. You can go through and read it.
Yeah.
It gives the CRTC all the power to do those exact things. Censor censor content so that there's only one source of content coming out. I just thought it was extremely creepy, to say the least.
Yeah, I think that like they're just again, I think there's so much content coming out, and there is a lot of bad content out there or negative content, and they're just trying to kind of control it in a way, but it's just going to get
Not
out
for
of hand.
them to decide, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. Like,
because it's not big. It's because here's the other thing: is this government that's in power? They may have zero intention of ever censoring anybody's views, anything like that. Although I don't generally believe that, based on how this government's acted. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that what they
right.
truly want to do is just have your YouTubes, your Netflix, and all those things that act like broadcasters within Canada have to meet the same standards as CTV, as Global, TSN, Sportsnet, pick your like. Okay, I'll give them the benefit of that on this. But what about the next government that comes in?
Yeah.
What about the government 10 years from now,
They
20
could
years
take
from now?
full advantage of that that law.
And that's the thing. And that's why you don't put these stupid laws into place, because it's not about what you plan on doing and how you're going to use it now. Once these laws are in place, they're open for any government and any governing body down the road to use and abuse as they like, because we're just following the law. It's all right there. It's written.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's my gripe with these things. Don't put them out there. Number one, they're literally trying to make the internet what it was in the 90s. So this is literally a regressive bill. It's not a progressive bill even the slightest.
Yeah. 100%.
You know, they're trying to make the internet fall under the Canadian Telecommunications Commission, like a bunch of unelected bureaucrats. Like, what the fuck? What year is this? 72?
It's
1954?
That's a great
Like,
thing about like YouTube and like Twitch and all these other video content platforms is
Which is another platform that will get caught up in this as well.
Yeah, and I like, how are you can't, I don't see them just banning like one channel. It'll end up being they'll just ban Twitch, and then like and
then you're living in China.
Yeah, and now you can't watch anybody on Twitch.
Or what the inverse might be is, because it might be such a pain in the ass for YouTube and Twitch and all that to operate here, they'll just pull it.
Yeah, you know, well, that's what I mean.
Twitter's pulled out of countries. Facebook's pulled out. They go, okay, fuck you. We're not operating in Canada.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people. There's actually a lot of streamers I follow that are from Toronto or Vancouver or somewhere else in Canada that this is their job.
Mm-hmm.
And you pull that, now they can't broadcast. Now what?
And if I'm sure some of these guys have a large following, and as per the the Heritage Minister, excuse me, who said this 2 days ago, they will fall under this the CRTC. I mean, I'm trying to find the right word that I'm going to say. It doesn't matter, but they will fall under this bill where they will be treated as broadcasters, and an individual person should not have to worry about the rights and standards. That's the whole point of the internet, and that's the whole point of free speech, is that you can put these things out there, and they're trying to say it's about having Canadians access to certain things. Well, you can access Canadian content all you want on YouTube, on Facebook.
Yeah, it's not
Twitch.
regular. It's
not hard.
It's when there's so many more people living in the States, and there's so much more content coming out of the States. Like, look at all the people that you follow that are just from LA that are throwing content out constantly. Or even Texas. Like, Texas is growing right now. A lot of like esports teams and other content creators are moving out of the states that they're living in right now and moving down to Texas because there's no income tax, or the income tax is like minimal compared to a lot of other states, aka fucking California.
Yeah.
And I would say probably 70% of the content I watch on YouTube, Twitch, all comes out of the States.
Yeah.
And you're going to
want them to
pretty much almost like be invisible to me up here. Like, I won't be able to see them because you want to push Canadian content, or they don't follow your regulations when they're an individual putting out their own content. Like, that's the whole point of YouTube and Twitch. You're watching a person, whether it be entertaining or skillful in whatever manner,
Yeah.
you're now not going to be able to watch that because it doesn't follow under the broadcast just because they have a giant following.
Exactly. And it's not necessarily that you won't be able to watch this certain streamer. They may have to put something out that gets flagged by the CRTC and they need to update their standards. And then once that video is flagged, it has to be pulled down within 24 hours. Again, this is verbatim from the Heritage Minister. This is not me pontificating.
Yeah.
I've read up on this quite a bit. And I encourage people to go out there and read
Yeah, I'm
about it
gonna
as
have to
well
look
because
at it.
it's to me the nice thing is that this doesn't seem partisan. Like there's a lot of people in corporate media who I'm not a big fan of to begin with are hammering this bill, rightfully so, because like what are we trying to accomplish here? Like what are we actually trying to do?
What's the end
Because
goal?
well, I think the end goal is a proper control on what information gets out there. You
Yeah.
know, it's
It
it's
that
dumb.
that's silly.
It's really dumb.
Yeah, I don't
It's
agree with
really
that.
dumb. And no, and here's the other thing. You're asking YouTube, Facebook, Twitch to adjust their algorithms for a country.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Canada. We're not that fucking big. In fact, we're tiny. We're smaller population-wise, smaller than most countries in the world.
Yeah.
We're not China where we can drive enough revenue through those systems in order to make it worth their while to adjust the algorithms to suit a China's needs or France or whoever. Like we're a drop in the bucket. We are no
Yep.
big deal. So the amount of work that it's going to take YouTube to adjust to push francophone artists, indigenous artists, and Canadian artists, which is all three. I'm not making these up. There's all three
Yep.
things they want to push. It's not going to be worth it for them. They're going to go. We're just not going to use YouTube in
Yeah.
Canada. And now people who like you have, like you say, you follow a bunch of people. People have YouTube channels and all those things that are contingent on make a living on this stuff. Also, if your aunt wants to go on and knit sweaters on YouTube, she could garner a following. Why can't she do that? But now
Yeah.
the service is going to be gone because they go, it's not worth it for us to do business in Canada. And that's the problem with stupid
It's gonna cost-
regulatory bills like this.
It'll end up
Yeah.
costing YouTube, Facebook, whoever too much money to change the platform just for Canada.
Exactly.
And what would probably happen is they only release one version, and that's the version we get. Everywhere else will have the standard YouTube like version, I guess, or I don't know what to call it. I guess we just call it a version.
I know what you're trying to say.
Everywhere else is different. Like it'll be like when Netflix first came here. Like Netflix was so limited when it first came to Canada.
Yeah, and it's still quite limited.
Yeah,
to a certain extent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It'll just end up being like that. But again, I think it'll cost YouTube, Facebook way too much money unless they see it being still way more profitable in the long run. Which
Well, and I don't think they will because the other part of this bill, or not the other part, the main part. Again, I'm going to give them face value, although I don't believe a fucking thing any politician ever says, especially when they're actively saying one thing and then they're pulling out stupid clauses. Like I don't think they've earned any trust. But again, what they really want out of this is money. They want people who they don't feel are paying their fair share in Canada to pay because this government is in debt up to its eyeballs and it has no money coming in. So they're trying to create every little tax that they can to generate income. And that's basically what this is. If you increase the regulations, you can increase the money that's coming in. But again, to your point, to what we were saying, so YouTube now has to adjust their algorithms and they're going to have to start paying like a broadcasting standards fee or a corporate tax to the government of Canada operate. They're going to turn around and say, fuck you, we're gone. We're not doing this. It's dumb. You know? And then where does that leave us? That leaves us sitting around watching CBC in order to find out any sort of information.
that.
Get the fuck out of here. Like that's actual like communism, fascism.
I hate the
like, name
fucking
it.
news stations. I can't fucking stand them. It's all fucking negative bullshit. You never hear anything
Negative
good.
nonsense propaganda.
Yeah. It's so
it is.
so bad. Like no wonder.
And that's what we face being left with.
Yeah.
Like that's not a free country. Like we say we're a free country all the time. Well, why don't we start fucking acting like it?
Yeah, honestly.
Like why? Like the prime minister's father wrote the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and in that Charter of Rights and Freedoms, it explicitly says Canadians have freedom of expression, including telecommunication and media access, which right now, and that bill was written 40 plus years ago.
Yeah.
It works out perfectly because you and I are sitting here on a YouTube channel. We have a podcast, and that's exactly what we're expressing.
Yeah.
As everyone should.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. If you want to talk about misinformation, all that stuff, YouTube and Facebook and Twitter do a pretty fucking good job of pulling down information that they don't like.
God, yeah.
So if people want to go, oh, the government needs to step in all this shit.
No.
They're doing a pretty good fucking job of pulling shit down.
Dude, I've seen some crazy videos. Like someone will post a video, and if you don't see it like in the first like 12 hours, you'll see another video come out 12 hours after that, being like, this video just got taken down. Here's their explanation. And
there isn't one. There never is one.
No, and it's like, this is what I talked about. Like, he doesn't go into extent of the video. It's like point form notes. And it's like just them guessing, like, I think this is why it got pulled down. Boom, 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 boom. And sorry guys, but you'll never see that video.
Well, here's a small and personal example to the listeners and yourself here. If you go onto the YouTube channel and watch Chris Has COVID episode, there is COVID advertisements and links all over that video. Did you notice that?
I haven't watched it.
So if you go onto the YouTube one, like, you know how like under video, there'll be like either like an advertisement or there'll be like a disclaimer. So because we had the word COVID in our video, there's a click here to find out all the information about COVID. So again, they don't need the government to step in and say what they need to be broadcasting, because again, whether you agree with it or not, they do a pretty fucking good job of pulling down shit that they don't like.
100%.
I personally don't agree with it. I think it should all stay up to a certain extent, unless you're doxing people or threatening people's lives. Anything that's criminal shouldn't be pulled up. But I kind of fall on let it live, because once you start fucking around, everyone gets mad. Everyone. No one's happy. People are happy that this didn't get pulled down. People are happy that doesn't get pulled down.
Yep.
And then we all have to listen to it, and it's annoying as fuck. So let's just leave it alone. So
grow up. If you don't like what somebody's talking about, stop fucking watching.
There's this little button. I think it's a new feature. It's up in the corner. It's a little X, and if you push
it's usually red.
Poof, the screen disappears. It's like magic. You don't have to watch it.
It's fantastic. It's actually phenomenal. I use it all the time.
Yeah, often. I'll be like, I'm done watching this. Click. I'm like, whoa, where'd it go?
Or I'll just click on a different video. It's like watching It's like watching Netflix. This movie's dog shit. Next. This show sucks balls. Next. Like,
CJ hates Netflix.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. It's it's really silly, and I don't want to drag it out too much because I think we covered it pretty well. And I encourage people to go out there and read a lot of things. If you think if I was exaggerating in any fashion, I don't believe I was.
No.
If you look at what China says, and you haven't even heard of this bill, but the first thing that came to your mind, it sounds like what China does in censoring their internet and what content gets through and what doesn't.
Yep.
You're not wrong. That is what it'll let it do. The government says they have no intentions of doing that. But again, they might have no intentions of doing that. I don't believe them, because I don't think we should believe any government at face value. But think about the next government, an NDP, a conservative, whoever.
Doesn't matter.
Green Party.
Could be anybody.
They might
the road.
use this. Now they have the ability to censor information that they disagree with. And that includes private posts from private citizens in a supposedly free country. So I just wanted to bring that up. Because it's disturbing.
It is.
At least,
no, yeah, totally is. How's your whiskey?
I'm cracking her open. I had the came with a little taster bottle.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Freebie.
Oh, yeah. Those are the best.
I'm just reloading in a second. How's yours rocking? Are you still going raw doggy on it?
Yeah, I'm still raw dogging it, dude. It's actually
nice.
It's actually nice. Like I may have been converted.
Now I feel like a dick because I just put more ice in my glass.
Like I should have known.
I should have gone raw dog.
Now, right now, I'm going raw dog. But you give me a hot summer's day, I'll probably throw some fucking ice in there. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I'm going to be drinking fucking tea.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Fuck
No.
that shit.
Yeah.
Don't drink anything hot. It's bad for you. Live by my rules.
Yeah, this is speaking to a guy who I drink like 3 cups of coffee and usually, at least right now, a tea at night. And like,
Yeah, you guys are sick.
doesn't your wife drink fucking like 3 cups of coffee and drinks tea like it's going out of style?
Nonstop. She wasn't because she was pregnant, but before it was
Yeah.
existence. Brutal. She drinks up. It was like we have percolators and presses and all this shit. Like, get this fucking shit out of my house. I'm sick of it.
Oh my god, that's hilarious, man. I've actually become addicted to bubblies.
That's funny you say that.
I fucking drink that shit like it's going out of style right now.
They're fantastic.
They're delicious, and like
they also kill the feeling to have a beer. I find.
I think it kills the feeling to have a lot of shit. Like,
yeah,
late at night, like not like crazy late, but after dinner, maybe around 8:00, I might have one because they're not sweet. Like, they don't have sugar in them, but they taste sweet. So I'll have that, so I don't have like fucking cookies or ice cream or some shit. And I feel like that helps.
Oh yeah,
I see.
Bit. That's a good way to use it too. Yeah.
But yeah, dude,
this is how good a product bubbly is. We use it for different things. I use it to take the edge off of not having a drink, and you use it to take the edge off of not having sweets.
Yeah. Although I had the strawberry one the other day, and I'm like, man, this tastes just like a Social Light. Be good with some vodka.
Okay. I don't know if we discussed this before, but we in our house we've decided we're never buying Social Lights again because of these bubblies.
We did talk about this.
Lime. And
I'm 100% on board with that. Like,
yeah.
I'll be getting the assorted pack from Costco, and
I bought one today.
Nice. We have 2 outside. I'll be buying. Maybe I'll get like both because you get like there's 2 different packs you can get at Costco.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll pick up both because you never know what you're in the mood for. Still going to end up being cheaper, and I'm just going to get a bottle of the basic like Kettle One or the what's the other one, like Amsterdam or something like that.
And a really underrated like name brand vodka that's like $1 a shot is Sky Vodka.
That's okay. Yeah, that's the one I have.
Sky Vodka.
Isn't there one called Amsterdam though? No.
Kettle One is Dutch. I don't know. I mean, there might be.
I thought there was one. I don't know. Fuck. Yeah. I don't drink vodka that often. But yeah, no, that's definitely what I'm going to be doing. Okay.
Yeah, questions. You and I had a brief conversation the other day about crypto and all this shit. And I'm going to shut the fuck up for once.
Okay.
I'm going to let you just explain shit because I don't know.
Okay, well, I still disclaimer. I know absolutely fucking nothing. I still don't understand it. But
no one understands it.
But to my knowledge, so crypto, at least when it comes to Bitcoin, there's like a mathematical equation that gets generated, fucking put out. And then there's a pool where software companies have been developed to solve that problem. It gets put out, and all these miners with their computers and all this shit have the chance to get that job accepted, solve it, and then get a portion of a Bitcoin or a Bitcoin. Now, the best way to farm the Bitcoin is, or to solve these mathematical equations, is with a video card or a graphics card. Apparently, that is the fastest. Now, I just found out there's another thing called like an ASIC or something, ASIC, I think it's called. And it's like this big ass fucking computer. And it's loud as fuck. But apparently those are the fastest. And I've been watching a shit ton of videos on how to mine. Because again, finding a new hobby. Not a cheap one. And it's absurd. Like, one, you can't find a graphics card right now, or like any of the new ones. They're like damn near impossible because all these Bitmine, crypto mine people are buying all the graphics card, and they're not going to like Canada Computers, Best Buy. They're going straight to the manufacturer.
No, they're going to the manufacturer.
Yeah, they're going to MSI, Asus, Gigabyte, and they're literally bulk buying all their GPUs. Canada Computers right now, if you want any of the new NVIDIA 30 series, they're saying June or July is the earliest you're going to get them. If you're trying to get a gaming PC, you want to buy, like, build it yourself, don't. You're never going to get a graphics card right now. Go online to NZXT or any of these pre-built company site and just build one off them, because apparently they have. I would imagine with the companies that they're associated with, they have set stock that they have supplied, and you can build your PC and get the graphics card that you want. One of my buddies who's a content creator on YouTube, he just bought a new PC. Everybody was hassling him because he bought a pre-built and wasn't just building his own. But you can't. And if you can,
he's like, "What do you want from me?
Yeah,
I want a game."
If you can end up getting one of these graphics cards, so let's say the PC from like pre-built is $4,000, you're probably looking at close to double that to build it yourself, because the people that are selling the graphics card are third parties, and they're doubling or tripling the price of the graphics card. It's absurd. And so yeah, so I found a software, or it's like a software that allows me to mine. Now it's nothing crazy, but I can mine with my PC that I have right now. And when I'm not using it, I just let it run. And I'm now super into it. I've watched about like 100 videos on different mining. Right now, so when I do mine, I get paid in Bitcoin. And again, it's like, it's really not even worth talking about how much you make, or at least my machine makes.
CJ's making $5,000 a day doing this. He's being modest. That's how much money he usually makes. He's like, it's fuck off. $5,000 is piss.
But I've been watching other ones. Like there's a coin called like Helium, or something like that. It's like HNT on the markets or something. Watched a shit ton of videos on like those miners.
I've heard of Helium.
But again, those miners you can't get. It's like if you want one that's from the United States and it's not some crate, like you don't have to go jump through hoops, fucking kiss somebody's toe, fucking to order one of these miners. They're like the earliest you can get one is the fall. You can pre-order, but like that's like the earliest you can get one. And yeah, it's fucking.
And you're gonna
wild.
get one, and you're not even gonna be making a ton of money off of it. So
yeah, like a lot of these guys are like, and again, there's a lot of speculation right now in the market that we're in what is called a bull. So like the market's all green.
Yeah,
and everybody's saying that it could be this fall or the end of Q4 that the market starts to drop and correct itself. So by the time you get your,
as far as crypto goes,
yeah, you get your mining rig, and now it instead of, because some of these guys are like, it'll pay for itself in 88 days or 60 days, and it'll pay what you like. You'll be paid off, and now you're just making profit. Your machine's paid off, and you're just fucking making money now. Now again, that is all dependent on the market and where the market sits for the day, or like that's the biggest thing.
It's a classic supply and demand issue right now.
Because I was telling my brother about it the other day, and my dad, and they're like, "So what do you make a day?" Or like, "What's your average making?" It's like, it's hard to say. It fluctuates. Again, it can say I can make like $3 a day, or it can say I'm making $10 a day. But again, minute to minute, that's changing because of the market, or because of I didn't get that last job. I like my computer wasn't fast enough. I didn't get it, so now I'm missing out on a couple of jobs or a couple like equations. So I'm not getting that. So I'm not making that percentage or that amount of whatever. It's pretty fucking wild. Like I'm super into it. Like I want to build a fucking rig now, but I can't.
Well, I'm all in with you because
so is everybody else.
CJ sends me a text message and he's like just a heads up, I think I've gotten into crypto mining, LOL, and I call him immediately.
Yeah, I
And
knew
I'm
you were
like
gonna call me too.
I'm like, "What in the fuck is
What
crypto
are
mining?"
you
It's one of those
doing?
words it's one of those words that I've heard, but never even a little bit understood, tried to, even looked into it. Just like you hear that, you're like, "Oh, yeah, that's a word that people use,
Yeah.
I guess." So,
Like I don't like a guy I work for, and he's kind of like a family friend. Um, he's big into crypto, and he one of his good friends is actually a miner out in British Columbia. So I'm trying to get in contact with him just to pick his brain about the whole crypto market, and then I'd love to talk to his buddy about the whole mining side because I just want to know more about it. Like, dude, send me one of your
that's
rigs.
cool, man.
Like,
Yeah, you're just geeking out. I love that.
yeah, it's super cool. Like, and again,
It's great.
we talked about crypto months ago for to put this in speculation for all the kids out there following Dogecoin. I think Doge at the time we were speaking of it, I don't even think it was like a cent. If it was,
When we
it
were
was
talking
like
about it,
two
it was like
cents.
4 or 5 cents. Yeah.
And I was like, I should really start investing in that. And Bitcoin at the time, I think was only like 50K. Today it was like it's back up to 70.
Yeah.
It's fluctuating a lot
Yeah.
between like 67 and 71 right now, but yeah, it's fucking wild. There's another coin I've been watching called Litecoin, and over the last 2 weeks it's gone from like $200 to $400. Like it's fucking blown up there. Ethereum has just skyrocketed.
Ethereum has gone crazy. That's one that's bugging my ass right now.
Ethereum hit fucking 5100 earlier today.
I know, and I had it at like 2,300.
Yeah, I
Had a
was a
whole
little
bunch
late.
of
I
it.
think I had it at, I got some um like 3 grand or something like that.
Yeah, I sold
It's
it to buy
crazy.
Dogecoin.
I still I
Which
don't
I'm
know.
still like, if you want to just look at percentage returns, I bought a shitload of Dodge at like 5 or 6 cents.
Yeah.
So it's up.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
fine.
I'm fine.
It's
Ethereum, but the thing, but here's the thing with Doge is that if it hits a buck, if it hits two, like cool. That's probably its maximum value at that point.
yeah.
Like it
It's a
is.
meme coin.
I mean, it's a meme coin. It is legitimate crypto, but
Mhm.
and it can be used to do like you can have wallets of it and all that stuff. But Ethereum, to my very cursory understanding, is actually used in like a whole bunch of like blockchain algorithms, and they use that for a whole bunch of shit. So Ethereum is here to stay. Like
Yeah.
that value, like
I
it may
think
drop plus or minus, but its value is high. But again, like you were saying, it's also everyone crypto's so hot right now, as they would say. So everyone's snapping it up and like, oh, this is only 2 grand. I'll buy fucking 28 of them. And then
yeah.
fucking the market goes up. It'd be interesting to see what the fall brings because I think there is a fall coming.
Oh,
So
I forget what they
we'll see.
call I like
It's a bear market. Bear is where
yeah, no, they
like a
called
bull
it
market is where everything's high and there's a bear market where everything's like low and shit. So
yeah, they were referring to like this fall as like the winter is coming. I don't know what it was. It was something like that. It sounded something like Game of Thrones type
follow the
shit.
memes. They'll
Like
yeah.
but a lot of people are also saying like all these altcoins like Doge, Chainlink, Litecoin, all these alternate coins, you are going to see a higher increase again because everything's going to a lot of things are going to start to catch up to Bitcoin. Not to the extent of Bitcoin, but there's going to be a change in the market where Bitcoin's not going to be the be all coin. Like it's not going to
the only game in town.
yeah, it'll be one of the biggest, if not always the top dog. But like Ethereum, where you see Ethereum catching up, and it's probably about 4,900, $5,000 at the time we're talking about this. That's Canadian. I think you'll see Ethereum fucking reach higher levels and be second in line by the end of the year. Like closer to Bitcoin. That's what I mean.
Isn't it? Oh, I see. Isn't it? Well, it's more than doubled in the last week and a half.
Yeah, it's absolutely absurd. I wish I put more in.
What you should have done is what that kid did when that GameStop stuff was going on, and remortgage your parents' house behind their back.
Yeah, but
and then turn yourselves into millionaires. Be like, I'm sorry, I had to.
I should have. You're right. Yeah. I should have.
What else you got going on? It's COVID.
Yeah, seriously, just lose all my money. Fuck it.
Just start gambling.
I'm not saving for put a house it all on black. Anything.
No, you don't want to. This is how you save for a house. You
gamble it all away.
You gamble it all away. That's how you get it. Hit me again, baby. Let's do it.
Yeah, fuck it.
I'm all in.
Yeah,
I'm all fucking in.
I'm so intrigued and interested in this whole Bitcoin shit.
Tell you what, Elon's a smart motherfucker.
He is.
Pumped that shit up, sold it off. Now it's down. He's gonna buy all the back up, pump it back up again, dump it.
Dude, so my dad brought it up to me. He was like, do you have any Dogecoin? I'm like, yeah. He's like, didn't it just like take a huge fall? I'm like, yeah,
it's still at 50 cents.
I'm like, it's down. It's like back to where it was like at the beginning of last week or whatever, or 2 weeks ago. But I'm like,
not even that long.
I'm like, you got to realize, like, everybody's like, hold till it hits $1. But people aren't going to do that. There's people that bought in when this shit was a penny, if not less. And it hit.
They're millionaires now.
It hit
if they put enough
all-time high
at the fractions.
Hit an all-time high, like 80 cents or 81 cents. I don't know what the actual final value of it was, but that was its all-time high. Like, people didn't think it was going to hit 50 cents. It hit 50 cents and stayed there. And now it's jumped to 80.
It's still there right now. I just checked it. It's there right now as of May. What's today? The 10th. May 10th at 5:30 Eastern time. It's still hovering around 50 cents.
Yeah, and again, it's been there for a while. Like, it hit that huge spike, which a lot of these coins do. Whether it's, I think there was a surge of people buying in the anticipation to see what Elon Musk was going to do Saturday Night Live. And then when nothing crazy happened, it hit that 81 cents, and then a shit ton of people sold. And good for them. Because again, if they were smart,
people that made a lot of money.
They made a shit ton of money. And for me, I didn't put that much money into it. So I may as well let it ride and see what happens. If it hits $1, we'll talk then.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm super intrigued. I've been doing a lot of research and figuring out like different coins or whatever to increase my portfolio, as they say. Broaden my portfolio.
Well, off air, anytime you get into something,
I'll let you know.
Feel free to shoot a brother a text.
We'll talk after this for like 10 minutes. I'll let you know what I've been doing. Yeah, no, it's
yeah, because I don't know shit. I just hang around. I'm like,
neither do I. Don't take anything I do.
I'm like, hi.
Yeah. I find some other guys that are pretty well educated, again, on YouTube, so hopefully they don't get fucking taken out of this.
Well, that's the reason I want to bring that up, because it can affect everything. And if they're large members of on YouTube and stuff like that, and they have large accounts, they will fall under this bill. So
I would like to know what they consider a large account, because in today's world, I feel like 300K, 400K, even 500K subscribers on YouTube I feel like that's kind of small for the amount of YouTubers out there that are 1 mil plus.
So here's the thing: in the eyes of the government, when the CBC nightly news is only pulling in 78,000 people, and you got some guy on YouTube with 300,000 people, they're going to go, "Holy fuck, this guy's literally bigger than our state broadcaster." And that's the problem. And there was, like I said, I'm actually happy to see how the media's handled this, because the media is negligent at best when it comes to holding the government's feet to any sort of fire, I find.
Right.
I feel like they've done a half decent job in saying, okay, so what is the measures that like you said, what defines a large account?
Yeah. Like, yeah,
Oh,
is
well,
it
we're gonna spell that out. It'll be crystal clear. But why again, do we want the government deciding what's a large account, what's a small account? Do we even want them participating in this? My
no?
my answer, I think, is obviously no. So
Because
fuck off with it.
there's going to have to be multiple things to look at. It's going to have to be you're going to have to look at subscriber base to views, because there's YouTubers out there that again have 500,000 followers, if not a million plus. I've seen it multiple times where they're only, let's say the account has 1 million subscribers. Well, in the last 3 months, their highest viewed video is like 40K. That's a small fraction of who's watching it compared to their subscriber base. So does that mean
Yeah,
somebody
exactly.
coming up that has 100,000 subscribers, but has in the last 3 weeks has averaged 300K plus views on all their videos? Are they going to get taken down now just because of their view count? Or are they okay because
Yeah.
of their subscriber base?
Well, and all of these things that you're bringing up are all valid points, and like that's the exact reason why there's so many gray areas. There's so many things. How are you registering this? How are you deciding? Is it a subscription base? Is it a view base? Is it are you only going after people that talk about news? Well, what if you mention something in the news like we have today?
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, we talked about the
even
bill.
and then
You
they
going to take
go,
us down?
who knows, right? Like they're not going to like again. I'm not arrogant enough to think that we're going to fall under this umbrella. The problem is that we could.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to. But when you allow the options out there, who the fuck knows what's going to happen again? And if YouTube does decide to do something goofy with their algorithm, then God knows what. I mean, it could be good for us, but I don't want it
Yeah.
to be.
I don't want it to be
need
regulated. I don't want it.
No, you don't
I
want
don't
the
want them to
internet.
change shit. I think that's the joy of YouTube and Twitch and all. Like Twitch needs some
And here's
work.
the other thing. Like you said all these things like shit that I never even thought of, and I'm the same age as you. So we're two young guys. We're on the internet, and you're like,
Whoa,
well,
whoa,
what's
whoa,
the
whoa!
subscriber base versus the views and all this shit?
You may be young in number, but you're an old soul.
How dare you? I am a spring chicken, and that is slander again. I've been slandered again on my own show. It's unbelievable.
I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
So you're bringing up a bunch of good points, like viewer to subscriber to view, watch,
there's-
rate, whatever the fuck you're saying. Do we trust the fucking old cronies in Ottawa to figure that shit out?
no,
Like, are we kidding?
they
And
probably
are
don't
these
even.
the-
They don't even know
Yeah.
that if you get more likes on a video on YouTube, that's pretty much all of YouTube's algorithm. So it gets pumped
Is
out to
likes,
more people. The more likes you have, the more comments you have. YouTube's algorithm goes, oh, people are liking this. Let's pump it out to more people. Then it gets more
Exactly.
people. Then it gets more views. Then that channel gets more subscribers. Like, then what? How do you can't cap a channel? Like, we can't go on and be like, the max subscribers we're gonna have is 100K or 5,000 or fucking
It's out of your control.
69. You don't get to
Yeah.
set that unless they're gonna throw that into
No.
the YouTube shit. You're never gonna be able to cap views because you could watch a video 4 times.
Mhm.
Your neighbor could watch the same video once. So
Yep.
you put that video up 4 views. Your neighbor put it up once. Who's to say the neighbor beside that guy isn't going to put it up 10 times? Like, yeah, I don't know how they're going to fucking.
Yeah,
do
it's
this.
dumb.
This
You don't
is so
want you don't
dumb.
want people that are our parents' age
No.
deciding this shit, who have been career politicians and and also the people that will be deciding is ultimately the CRTC, who is literally unelected bureaucrats. So a government of any choice can hire and fire the people in there. So let's say if a government doesn't like all the what it construes as misinformation out there, it can hire a bunch of like-minded people, and they will feel like they need to clamp down on certain parts of the internet because it's dangerous or it's whatever. Pick your fucking word, pick whatever the buzzword is that day.
Yeah.
And that's why we need to do it. And that's why it's the dumbest idea on the planet.
Yeah.
Currently.
Yep. I agree completely.
Yeah.
So fucking
So
silly.
wild shit, man.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't, it's creepy.
You want to
But hey,
recap
live and learn.
2 weeks ago Chris predicts?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do. Okay, so for those following along at home, it was 2 Leaf games.
Yes.
I predicted that the Leafs would win one and lose one. They won both in resounding fashion.
Oh dang.
They beat the Canadians, which I said they would win.
Yep.
I said they would lose to the Canucks. They lost. I'm a dummy. My bad. 2020
No, you
women's
said
rugby.
Canucks would win.
I said the Canucks would win. Sorry, what did I just say?
And Leafs won.
Yeah, Leafs won. I said the Canucks would win.
Yeah,
I got it wrong.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that.
No, please do, because again, mouth's moving too fast. Brain's not thinking. England versus France, women's rugby. I took England. No brainer. You know,
They
come on.
won.
England's gonna win all day.
Let's fucking
now we're into the cricket. I here's the problem with a lot of this shit is the time zones get me. So like when I like go on, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta bet that. So there's
it's
two
already
issues at play here. So yeah, so there's the timeline, and also the annoying thing about my app is it doesn't let me fast forward much more than a day in advance for events.
Right.
So I got to kind of be on the ball. But then when there's like, say, a cricket match in India, which we predicted, India's like 10, 12 hours, 12 days. Who knows how far ahead they are?
Yeah.
It's too far away.
Way
it's on the other side of the planet.
Us.
So when I go to click on it and I have the Chennai Super Kings versus the Sunrisers Hyperbad, or the Hyperbad Sunrisers, and I want to bet the Super Kings, and they're already winning outstanding. Like they're already like mopping the floor with the with the Sunrisers. You only win 7 cents on your bet. So
oh shit.
So that's the problem with that one there. And then there was 2 cricket games that we bet in England. And I bet these matches, and I think the app fucked up. Like it never really like cleared the bets. It was really weird.
Okay.
I'm pulling it up right now just to clarify. So anyway, I said that Nottinghamshire would beat Derbyshire, and I said that Gloucestershire would beat Leicestershire, but when you gave me back the results, you said that I picked Leicestershire, but I just picked it the way that it was, so there wasn't any discrepancies.
That's fine.
And so I
probably fucked that one up, but yeah.
You did. So so they did come through because it took like 3 days for the bets to clear it, and the games were already over. I'm like,
I was gonna say it probably took 3 days for the games to finish.
Yeah, probably. That's a very good point, CJ. I forgot that cricket takes 12 days to finish.
Yeah, it doesn't finish in a couple hours.
Yeah, so just so I can keep up to date on these bets, I bet the Leafs, they won. We got $1.95 back. I bet the Super Kings, they won. We got 7 cents back. Nottinghamshire won. We got $1.66, and Leicestershire lost, and Vancouver lost. And then there was 2 snooker matches.
Yeah,
that we bet, and I took Neil Robertson in both.
Yeah,
and that was another strange one. Again, it took a while to clear, so I don't watch snooker. I don't know if maybe snooker's like cricket, where it takes a week and a half to play as well. But Neil Robertson lost. So
fuck both.
Yeah,
fuck.
But good news is I was only able to bet one. But yeah, he lost both.
Okay, thank God.
So,
good
it's like. Well, here's the other thing with snooker is like there's like insane odds. Is like you'll bet one guy and he's like 7 or 8 to 1, and the other guy's like almost a lock, and then like the other guy wins easy, and you're like, am I like I think it just comes down to not understanding the sport and not knowing how to bet it.
Yeah.
Because it's clearly like I don't know. Like, I'm not picking that guy. Like, oh, he's gonna get the floor mopped out with him. Like bet like these betting sites aren't dumb. They don't want to like throw a bet out there like that they think that they can lose, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So anyway, so I do have so that is our last week's pool. So
yeah,
our
2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, we had about $18 in prize money. We started off with $10. We are now down to $16.
Fuck.
$16.12. Lost a couple bets.
We're still up.
I should have bet Gloucestershire, but
Yeah, you
life
should have.
continues.
I fucked
We are
that up. If you chose that, you should have just picked it and then just corrected me.
I second guessed myself. It's no
Fuck.
big deal.
That's
Life
okay.
continues just as it was.
It does.
I do have some other updates. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
people. The updates
there's a
are
lot
going to be
of
a
football
little bit
updates
long.
that we need, right?
Yes, there is. So the
And for you North
Champions
Americans, we don't mean NFL.
no,
We mean real
Dick.
football.
The real football.
Yeah.
So I said PSG is going to win the Champions League. They were going to beat Man City. I'm a liar. Man City mopped the floor with them, and they're in the final. And I can't remember if I picked Chelsea or Madrid, but I think I picked Chelsea. And if I didn't, well, I'm wrong. But anyway, Chelsea beat Madrid, and Manchester City beat PSG. They are in the final. And here's my first prediction of the episode. As much as I don't want to say it, because I hate both of these two teams. This is like watching like the Habs play Ottawa in the Stanley Cup
God,
final.
Yeah. I'm not watching that.
I think this is Manchester City's year. They made it to the final. They're probably the best team in Europe. You know, it bugs me. I don't like to say it, but my first prediction is Manchester City are going to win the Champions League final on May 29th. Yuck. I almost threw up when I said that. So here is a quick update, although it is not fully concluded. I said that Brentford would get automatically promoted, or that they would get promoted to the Premiership.
Right.
They made the playoffs. They finished third, quite comfortably, 4 points off a guaranteed promotion, and they will be playing Bournemouth next week on May 17th in a 2-leg playoff. Winner goes on to a 1-leg final.
You got Brentford to win
so
that,
there's
obviously.
I have Brentford to get promoted. The 4 teams that are in the playoff are Brentford, Swansea, Barnsley, and Bournemouth. I think Brentford's the best team, but I'm often wrong, as we can all tell. So
yeah,
that is that one. That's that quick update. And the last long play update that I have, as of right now, just a quick update. I said Sunderland's not going to get promoted. They finished 4th in the league this year, so they're in a playoff spot. They will be playing Lincoln a week from today on the 17th. And again, 2-leg final. Winner goes on to a 1-leg final. I don't think they're going to get promoted. They're probably going to lose in heartbreaking classic Sunderland fashion. Unfortunately, because they are a pretty big club. So there is the updates. The only one that I threw in there was a Man City prediction. Did you have a couple predictions so I can shut up for a minute, CJ?
Yeah, I do. So we got 2 hockey games. We got Toronto versus Senators on Wednesday, May 12th, and then Toronto versus the Jets Friday, May 14th.
The Leafs are going to lose both of those games.
They're going to lose.
Yeah, because the Leafs clinched the division on Saturday night. So I think the Leafs are going to be resting a bunch of players and changing things up. And I think they should. Like, imagine getting a fluke injury in a nothing game against Ottawa for Matthews or Marner.
You don't need them.
They have a really good team. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think the Leafs will lose both of those.
Okay. And then I got 2 rugby matches. Now they're Friday, so you can't check to see if they're on your app. But hopefully you can get them. If not, I'll try to find them.
So far, everything's been there.
It's This is for the Rainbow Cup. I don't know what these matches actually mean. But we have Leinster. I give pardon if I fucking butcher these names. Versus Ulster. It's a ULSTER.
ULSTER.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm taking Ulster. They're from Northern Ireland.
Ulster. Okay.
I gotta back them. Yeah. Ulster.
And then we have Munster versus Connacht. It's CONNACHT. I don't fucking know how to pronounce this shit.
Yeah. All right. Give me Munster then, because if you can't pronounce it, you can't afford it.
It's CONNACHT.
Ulster and Munster.
Connacht.
One more time.
CONNACHT. Yeah, I'm fucking terrible at pronouncing these fucking cities and shit.
That's some fucking Irish name or some shit. Yeah. Munster.
Munster?
Munster is your winner.
Okay.
Yeah. Ulster and Munster are going to win. Leafs are going to lose both. And I have a money making bet for everyone at home right now. I'm going to predict the
You got the
UFC
UFC
262
fights.
main card right now.
What UFC
Yeah, May
is it?
15th, which is nice because usually we talk about what's that?
What UFC is it?
It's 262 this Saturday, May 15th.
Okay.
So as of right now, there's only 4 fights on the main card, so that's all I'm picking. Today's the 10th because the Nate Diaz and Leon Edwards fight got canceled.
Why? I was looking forward to
that.
I wanted to see Nate get
I was
poked in the eye.
super looking. I feel bad for Leon Edwards, man. He waited so long to fight. He's a good fighter. He's a legitimate contender at the 170. And I think if he beat Diaz, he would probably have a good crack at the belt. And now his fight's canceled again. So
did they say why it was canceled?
Honestly, CJ, I just looked it up today, and it was like 4 hours ago the fight got canceled. So I'd have to read into it, but I think it was something to do with Diaz. Diaz bailed out, not Edwards. Okay. So whether that was an injury, I would only be speculating. So as of right now, for those playing along at home, there's only 4 fights on the main card. There's a featherweight bout between Shane Burgos and Edson Barboza. There's a women's flyweight fight between Caitlin Kukagian. I don't think that's how you pronounce that. Versus Vivian Araujo. A lightweight fight. The co-main is Tony Ferguson's fighting Benelli DeRouche. And the main event is for the lightweight belt. And it is Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler.
Oh, fuck. Chandler's fighting. Holy
there's
shit.
Your 4 fights. And here. Yeah, his second fight in the UFC, he's fighting for the belt. Should be pretty cool.
Good for him.
So, because Poirier, because Poirier and McGregor are fighting again. So the winner of that's going to fight the winner of this fight for the belt. I'm pretty sure it's done. Like, there's been a bunch of shit back and forth, but I'm almost certain it's done. So
okay.
Yeah. So Shane Burgos is going to win. Caitlin Kuga, whatever her last name is going to win.
Sound like me.
As Edson Barboza is over it. He's going to fucking make me eat my words right now. Shane's going to beat him. Caitlin's fighting this girl that I don't know a ton about. She could be a prospect, but looking at Caitlin's record, she's a fucking tough chick. So I'm backing her. And I love Tony Ferguson a lot. I think his moment's done. He's lost 3 or 4 fights in a row now.
Yeah.
And he hasn't looked great. I think DeRouche is going to beat him. And for your light heavyweight title, I am taking Oliveira to beat Mr. Michael Chandler.
Hey.
And that is a very tough pick for me. That's basically a coin flip for me. So the reason I'm taking Oliveira is I think he has submitted like 8 or 9 people in a row.
Jesus.
He's unbelievable. Chandler is a good striker, but he's a wrestler. So if they gets to the ground, he can probably wrestle his way out of it. But Oliveira is ridiculous at jiu-jitsu. So if it does go to the ground, which would be Chandler's sort of, you'd think he'd want to take someone down, ground and pound them. It's an interesting matchup for me.
Yeah,
so
100%.
And Oliveira can stand on his feet. So I think it's going to end up on the ground, and I think Oliveira is just because this is how I look at it. Wrestling is amazing for getting people to the ground and punching their faces in against other people that aren't as skilled on the ground or other wrestlers. You know, Michael Chandler's been wrestling since he was a child. Oliveira's been doing jiu-jitsu since he was a child. If it goes to the ground, I think there's more chance that Oliveira catches him in something than Chandler is able to put him on his back and beat his face in.
Yeah.
And I think Oliveira is going to be looking to take him down or submit him, whether they're on the feet or on the ground. So I think it's dangerous for Chandler, but we'll see. He's a fucking world champion in Bellator, and he's fighting for the belt. It's interesting. Yeah. We'll see. I think it'll be a good fight. So I'm bummed, super bummed about that Leon Edwards Diaz fight being canceled, though.
I wanted to see Diaz get poked in the eye.
I think Edwards was going to mop the floor with him. That would have been my other pick.
When you poke the guy in the eye, you can't see.
So as of now, it's canceled. Yeah, I would. I wouldn't be shocked if they find some replacement for Leon Edwards. Kamaru Usman said that he almost stepped in and did it because he had that
Jesus.
knockout against Masvidal.
Yo,
So
that
I think
man,
he thinks that Leon. Yeah,
that man's something else.
stop down Usman. Yeah. So there's your Chris predicts. Two
Yeah.
Leaf games. Net City are going to win the Champions League final. Gross.
Couple rugby games.
Oliveira's going to win. Dario's going to win. Caitlin's going to win. And Shane Burgos is going to win. And Munster and Ulster are your rugby Rainbow Cup victories.
Let's go.
There you have it. Money making time.
Yeah. Put your bets in, everybody.
Oh, speaking of money making, I wanted to just quickly, I don't want to get into it because it wasn't that exciting to talk about, but the Canelo fight the other night, I wanted to bet all of our money on Canelo, and we would have won $3 entire dollars, CJ. You blew it. And that was a close fight, man. That sucked.
We should have bet on it.
I know, but
yeah, that was a good fight. So
that was a close fight.
I had it scored just like one of the judges. I don't know which one it was, or I don't even think it was a judge. It was a commentator that I guess they score it as they're going. And I saw that Canelo was winning by 1 round. I think I had Canelo up like 2 points or something like that going into before that. What was it? 7th round.
Yeah, it was going into the 8th round.
And then obviously Canelo won that 7th round, so he would have been up 2 rounds
by exploding his eyeball.
Yeah, and yeah, so what I've heard, and it's all speculation because I haven't read anywhere yet that anything was like this is actually what happened. They were speculating that that Canelo broke his eye socket.
Yeah, his orbital bone.
Yeah.
And if you watch it back in the replays, it's entirely possible. He got him with a clean uppercut as his head was moving down, and it only landed on the eye socket.
Dude,
so I mean,
the fact that
and his trainers like turned around right away. They're like,
yeah, when they saw the eye, and he's like, I can't see and shit like that.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
The fucked up thing that I find, and I guess it makes sense, like when you've been boxing this long and you've been punching people in the face for so long, that Canelo's like he's not getting out of his corner. I broke his cheek. That Canelo actually he like literally said that to his coach. It's like holy fuck. Like
I just
that
quickly
was
looked up. Yeah, that's a hell. The fact that like you go sit down in your corner like he's not coming back.
Yeah, he's not coming out of it. Yeah, yeah, he's
it's
done.
Creepy that they're that good. It's so amazing. Fucked. I love Canelo.
Yeah, so do I.
But I would have liked to see that fight go the distance because that was a.
Me too. I don't think it would have though. I think Canelo would have dropped him.
He probably would have. It was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
But I just looked it up. His Saunders had surgery on his eye socket, and his career is in jeopardy. It's that bad of an injury.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, he literally broke his face. He broke the shit out of his face.
No way. His career's on the line. Holy shit.
That's what they said. Well, if he might be blind,
100%, yeah. They'll have to wait to see after surgery.
If you shattered this bone in a sport where you only get punched in the face,
even if you break it,
how strong is it going to be?
If it goes a certain way, I would imagine. Could have fucking hit something. Future, yeah, true. Yeah, that's fucking crazy, man. Well, what's that now? The last like 2-3 fights we've watched have been absurd. 261.
Yeah.
Broken shin. There's some chick gets kicked in the fucking head. What was the other one? The guy fucked up, got hit in the knee.
Guy broke his leg. Guy snapped his leg in half. The one guy's leg went numb.
Yeah.
Girl head
fucking
kicked.
Walk.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Eye pokes. Broken eye.
Crazy knockout. Yeah. Canelo breaks this guy's fucking face. Oh, crazy, man. Crazy.
Anyway, I'm back, everybody.
The Bear Daddy himself.
The Bear Daddy has returned, and that was fun. It was good to be back.
Yeah, it's nice having you back. I love Eric, but doesn't beat my go-to co-host here.
There you go.
Actually, I think I
was almost fired from my own show for having a kid. Can you believe that?
like if you look at it as in TV shows, this is like Saturday Night Hockey. You're Don Cherry and I'm fucking Ron McLean. What's his name?
Yeah,
like honestly, like I get like 3 words in, you're saying everything. I try to get you on something else.
You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
Oh man, that's hilarious. All right.
Thanks, man.
I do want to say
everybody for listening.
Yeah, I do want to say shout out to Perfect Creations. Where is this? First time actually using the glass. It's actually like the perfect size for a nice glass of whiskey.
Beautiful.
You can find them at on Instagram at perfect_creations.2000 or 2021. And Perfect Creations on Facebook as well. Hit them up if you need any promotional stuff. They do t-shirts. They obviously do glasses. And I would imagine a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Send us an email on mail.twoseasonapod@gmail.com. Hit us up on Facebook, 2 Season a Pod, or go subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can watch the podcast, 2 Season a Pod on YouTube as well. And guys, we'll see you next week. We're out. Deuces.
Thanks a lot.